So in this video, I'll be checking out the Cherry MX3S keyboard. This is the full-size version right here. So this Cherry MX3S is actually the more refreshed and updated version of the original Cherry MX3, which was all plastic. So again, I have the full-size keyboard right here, and I will also be checking out the AC 3.3 Palmrest right here by Cherry. So these two actually go together, and I want to say a huge thank you to Cherry Malaysia and Fusion Tech Supply for sending over these units. Without further ado, let's start this video. So very quickly covering the unboxing experience, it comes in this black box with minimal branding and it looks very sleek and nice. And in the box you do get the keyboard on top in this plastic bag, and of course a few accessories and paperwork, which includes this pamphlet from Cherry including their gear and a link to their website, the user manual for the Cherry MX Board 3S, and of course the USB connection cable, which is a Type A to a micro USB cable with a little bit of a weird design on the micro USB end. And as for the Palmrest, also known as the Cherry AC 3.3, you get the same box right here, which looks plain and really nice. And in the box, you get a set of feet right here to elevate the height of the keyboard, and also the user manual for this Palmrest. Taking a closer look at the Palmrest, you can tell that it's fully CNC aluminum, so I believe this is one whole piece, and it looks and feels awesome. And on the top surface, you can see that there's actually ridges right here, so it's kind of like a textured surface. And this is the side profile. You can see it's really angled with these angular edges, and it's hollow underneath. And on the back of the Palmrest, you can see the Cherry logo in the middle, and four of the sides right here have the non-slip rubber feet. This little band right here on the top of the Palmrest is actually how it connects to the keyboard. It just basically hooks into place. So going back to the keyboard, you guys can see I have the white version right here, but Cherry does make two other versions, like the black one with a slightly different keycap design and a pink one for the people who like pink. And looking at the top of the keyboard, you guys can see that it's actually a full-size keyboard, but in a more compact design, I would say. So you do have every key over here in a regular full-size keyboard. And with this being the S series, it comes with a high quality extruded aluminum housing on the top, which gives really nice premium vibes, and you guys can look at it, it looks awesome. Moving on to the side of the keyboard, this is what the side profile looks like. You can see the aluminum metal wrapped around the whole keyboard, and it looks awesome with this angular design. And of course, you can also see the Cherry profile keycaps used right here. You can see from the side profile of the keyboard that it's actually pretty flat. So to increase the height, if you want to adjust it, you just have to remove the silicone on the back and screw in the feet that are given with the Palmrest. It should look like this after installed, and it does increase the height of the keyboard by a bit, so it provides a better typing experience. And this is what the back of the keyboard looks like. You can see this whole piece of aluminum, which looks awesome, and on the four sides you have your non-slip feet, and you can see the micro USB connection port on the top in the middle right here with the cutout for the cable. I really love the aluminum on this keyboard, especially the one on the Palmrest. It makes it feel so much more premium. And by plugging it in, you can see the RGB on this keyboard actually shines through the keycaps really nicely, and the RGB is really bright and saturated as well. And speaking about the RGB, it's configurable in the Cherry utility software along as the keyboard. So if you want to set up macros or actually customize the keys and RGB, of course, you can do it in the Cherry software. And now let's take a look at the keycaps included in this keyboard. So all three colors of the keyboard, that is the black, the white and the pink version, all come with double shot shine through ABS keycaps. And these ABS keycaps do have a UV coating on them that makes them more durable and last longer, and it makes them don't shine that easy when compared to other type of more cheap ABS plastic. I got to say, Cherry has done a great job with these keycaps, especially for the RGB shine through. It looks awesome. And moving on to the switches, I do have the MX Red switches right here, but they also come with the MX Red silent switches, blue and brown switches if you are interested. And with every Cherry switch, it comes with Cherry's unique gold crosspoint technology that ensures high precision key contact for matchless reliability. And the refreshed version of the Cherry MX switches, like the ones right here, are meant to last up to 100 million key presses, which are much higher than the market standard of 60 to 80 million key presses. These switches are soldered into place, and you can see that this keyboard is actually a plateless design. Everything feels really solid, and there's actually no flex when typing or using this keyboard because of the internal ridges that keep the PCB flat and secure. And as for the stabilizers, these are actually Cherry's own stabilizers, and they do come looped and tuned from the factory, and from my experience they are really good. You don't have to do much to them. So there's actually quite a lot of variants for this keyboard right here, like a non-backlit version and RGB version, and of course the various colors. I'll put up the prices for all of these variants on screen, but it ranges from 300 to 400 ringgit. Now let's take a look at the Palmrest right here, and this is how it fits onto the keyboard. Basically, you can just increase the keyboard with the given feet, and you can slide this Palmrest on the bottom and it will hook into place, and it should look like this. This AC 3.3 Palmrest is optional, so you have to purchase it separately from the keyboard, but it's suitable for people who want to avoid carpal tunnel syndrome and type comfortably for long periods of time. Alright, with most of the things covered, now let's move on to the typing sound test to hear how this keyboard sounds like. And that was the typing sound test. It does sound pretty good to me, and this being Cherry, you can expect it to have the highest of qualities, and of course everything works well with no hiccups or problems. To sum it up, I think it's a pretty good full-size keyboard with some really nice build quality to it. It does feel really solid and rigid, especially with this aluminum. But one thing I don't really like is actually the micro USB cable and the connection port. It is a little bit weird, and this being already 2022, they're still using this old design. But I hear that they will be updating it with a Type-C variant, so I'm pretty happy to hear that. So if you want a pretty good keyboard with some good software, you can definitely go for this. It's a no hassle keyboard. You just buy it and use it. And that does it for this video, guys. I want to say a quick thank you to Cherry Malaysia and Fusion Tech Supply for sending over this keyboard for me to take a look at. And of course, everything will be down in the description if you guys are interested in checking them out. So leave a like on this video if you liked it, dislike this video if you didn't like it, subscribe to my channel if you haven't. I have even more content like this coming very soon. And as always, thanks for watching. Goodbye, guys.